As you might see over my shoulder there, there's a river. I'm in the woods here just now, and I'm going to be taking some photographs here on 3 devices to see how they compare. All 3 devices are set in automatic mode, so basically anybody who picks up these devices should be able to do exactly what I just did. But we're just going to look at the difference that these 3 devices make. Okay, so the 3 devices are right here and right now. I'm shooting on an S10 Plus Samsung phone, and we'll be taking a picture on that to see what it looks like. Over my shoulder here right now, recording, is new this year, the Panasonic Lumix FZ82. It is currently shooting in 4K mode, a little video of the sky out front there, so it's going to try and capture some lightning. And as you can hear, there is a storm coming, because storms have thunder and lightning, and that's what I'm hearing right now. Down on the ground here right now, and I've already taken some pictures with it, is the big camera in a lovely Stormtrooper white. Yeah, that's an actual colour, folks. Stormtrooper white. This is the Pentax KS1. Now this is about a $700 camera with a kit form. It's not weatherproof, so if it starts raining, it's going back in the bag. But it is a bigger sensor than the other 2. The phone is the smallest sensor, and sensor does make a significant difference in the quality of the photograph and the image, and whether or not you want to print the image or do you just want to put it on social media. If you're just going to put it on social media, all 3 of these devices are perfect. You'll get the best pictures if you know what you're doing with this thing, but in fully automatic mode, you can see from the images at the end, they're just as good. Just as good. The difference is you can edit them a lot better. There's a lot more in the pictures that you can see in details and crispness. There's also the fact that you can play about with the camera and get quite a lot more scope for an artistic development of your photograph if you want to capture something in a specific way. And you can do that all on the camera without having a computer full of tricks like Lightroom and Photoshop and stuff like this. But then once you get back to your computer and you've got Photoshop, you can do even more with it, so it's pretty good. The Panasonic has got, once again, there it is there. It is a rather nice looking camera, I do like it. A slightly bigger sensor than this phone, so it takes a slightly better picture. The big feature with this camera is it's got a 60 times zoom. Now if we just look over my shoulder here, you'll see just about there's a bridge that goes over the North Saskatchewan River. Now that bridge is probably, it's probably a mile away. Okay, with the 60 times zoom on this Panasonic camera, I can zoom in to the bolts on the bridge. It's insane. The quality is not very good. When you zoom that far, you lose an awful lot of quality, I think. But it does show that it has got quite a lot of power. So even at 30 times zoom, it's still capturing some pretty good pictures. And I've got some excellent pictures of the moon with this thing. So all in all, I'm very impressed with the camera. It shoots in 4K, which is what it's doing right now. And trying hopefully to capture some lightning that we'll get. At the moment I am being kind of eaten alive here by some mosquitoes, so I'm going to have to move around every now and again. But as you saw on my approach there was a nice lily growing out of the side of the path. And I watched some very good videos this morning of photographing in the woods and capturing some woodland scenery, and there were very, very good videos on YouTube by Kim Grant from Fraserburgh in Scotland, and Graham Goch, I think he is in Northern England in the UK. Like I said, I'm in Scotland, and I'm in Alberta from Scotland. I've been here for quite a few years and really do love this. I'm in the foothills of the Rockies. You can't quite see them just now because it's kind of overcast, but it is a nice area to be in. This path, because it's waterlogged, is frequently used by people, but because it's waterlogged, not many people, if any, are out today. And as such, I bumped into one person and they said they had seen a bear, possibly a bear cub. We get them here. I've seen one a few years back now. It was about 1.5 years, 2 years old, probably just away from its mum, roaming through the area. This river here is a source of food for them. They wander along the banks because animals come down to drink and feed along the banks. So bears use this as an opportunity to feed up on the meat, especially in the fall. They'll start taking more meat to bulk themselves up for the long winter hibernation. At the moment, with all this green stuff around, with all the berries that are coming, I see there's a lot of red buffalo berries in the edges around me, and they're delicious for the bears. They're not particularly palatable for us, although I believe they are edible. But they are feeding on those, and they'll not generally be bothered about looking for a meat diet right now. So the chances are, if there is a bear around here, it will see me, hear me, sense me, and decide to hightail it. Just over here, I'll just show you this. These are little red buffalo berries that, where are we? There we go. See that? Little red buffalo berries that the bears and birds and other such creatures of the woodland. Oh, that was a nice big rumble there. I think I'm going to get wet going back to the car. I'm about 1 mile away from my car. Mosquitoes again. And it's quite a waterlogged walk, like I said. But these videos that I watched this morning were very good at explaining that what you want to do is get out into the woods, look around you for some nice scenes, for interesting stuff, dead trees, moss, lichens, patterns, leaves. If you look over here, look at this. See the difference in the leaves? That's something to consider photographing, because it's different. It's artistic. And some people kind of want to do that kind of thing. Other people want to do the berries and things like that. Or if we just come along here, then you'll see there little flowers. Don't exactly know what these little flowers are, like a sweet pea of some sort. And you know, these things are all stuff that you can take photographs of, and they will make a interesting picture in some way. Not necessarily, like Graham said, an award-winning shot. Not necessarily the best thing in the world. But I have to agree with both of the video vloggers and photographers. Being out here, that's the whole point. I am doing a little test here with the Pentax APS-C format, with the slightly smaller than micro 2/3 Panasonic, and then the good old trusty cell phone. Doing a little comparison, and maybe you'll see some difference in them. To be honest, looking on a screen and not a print, you'll be hard pressed to see the difference. They are all very good devices in fully automatic mode, and they capture some wonderful images. But the problem is, like all photography, they're only as good as what you're standing in front of. So get outside, take a walk. If you have to be where there's nobody, then find a place where there's nobody. But some nice things to look at. They can be small things, they can be big things, they can be a mix. Just be outside, just take photographs. I've never made a penny from any photographs I've ever taken. I've done it for 30 years. I've taken some nice images, and I've taken lots and lots of horrible ones. But I've enjoyed being outside. Even here, sometimes in Canada, in the winter time, I get some wonderful snow scenes. It gets cold. The coldest I've been out photographing is -18. I took my camera out one time and I didn't get out of the car. When I looked at the thermometer on the car, -32 centigrade. It was cold. I stepped out of the car for probably 10 minutes and couldn't help but shiver my way back into the car. It was literally that cold that quickly. It is dangerous to be out in that weather. So, with that said, it's kind of dangerous right now if you think about it, with the lightning about. I see the rain now off in the distance there, getting closer. So I'm going to kill the film here, and you can see at the end of the video I will put on some footage that will hopefully show you all what the difference is, if there's any at all. I am not particularly excited about the difference because I don't think there will be that much of a difference, if at all. The difference I think everybody would see would be in a printout, not on a screen. The views will be different because the lenses are different. I've got the standard zoom lens on the Pentax. I've got the 60x zoom at the 24mm end on the Panasonic. I just left the phone in standard mode. I can go wide angle with it if I want, but I don't really gain anything other than the corners of the frame seem to go like this. If you like that thing, you like that thing. I don't. Now there you go. So with that said, I will continue to take some pictures and hopefully not get too wet when I'm going back to the car. So from Alberta, on a slightly breezy and threatening looking area, goodbye.